Hello. So, Harv's tips, we're here today. Going to try and win you some money. So, we'll just jump straight into it. This short and sweet. Hopefully, you find this useful. So, the first bet of the weekend is our footy accumulator, and it's very simple on this. It's both teams to score. So, we've got Brentford versus Blackburn. Yes, both teams to score. Huddersfield QPR. Yes, both teams to score. And we've got Cambridge United, Oldham, yes, both teams to score, and Cheltenham, Exeter, both teams to score. Now, why I've picked these out is 7.5, just past 7.5 to 1, and these are the highest scoring teams in the respective divisions, and they're both playing each other. So Exeter and Cheltenham, they're both the highest scoring teams in League Two, and QPR and Huddersfield and Brentford and Blackburn, they're all high scoring teams, so you should get a bit of value there on the both teams to score. So a £10 bet on there is what I suggest, and then we go for a bit of value and we go on the goal scoring bets. So we do Adam Armstrong first goal scorer at 9-2. You keep that, you double that with Tom Hopper 11-2 first goal scorer at Rochdale Lincoln, and Jesus for Man City versus Fulham. And then on the Sunday game, so there's your first three for Saturday, and the Sunday game, Diego Jota, first goal scorer. And what you want to do with that is you want to put him in a fourfold bet. So that's it's fourfold, and you go 5 each way on that, and that returns just short of £4,000. So it's the first 3 goals in any game. So basically, these four have got to score in the first 3 goals. So 785.5 to 1. So that's a belter. That's 5 each way. Bet on that returns 4,109 on Bet365. Yep. So bear with me, and I'll get to the horses. This is the second segment of Harv's Tips today. So we'll look at the racing on Saturday. Now, I've purely for ease gone on the ITV races. So we look at the first one, which is the 1:30 on ITV. It's the Beaches Chase. Always a great race. Always comes up with some narrative. And I'm just going to jump straight into it. So I'm going to go with Kimber Like Candy in this first race. And why I say that is there's not a lot of trends in the betting. And the main sort of bias towards the winners in the past is the weight adjustment ratings. So the last cohort has won this at this sort of weight. So basically, what you do is you crunch the numbers, and what I've come to is it looks like anything could win. I know it's really simplistic, which is true. However, Kimber Like Candy has a pretty good chance. It's still an 8-year-old. It's had a little racing of late. It's been aimed at the Grand National, which always helps over these fences. And the Beaches Chase, is a test of jumping. He's £8 worse off than his rival, and he's going for the walk in the mill. He's going for a hat trick. And Kimber Like Candy was progressing rapidly when it was last time out of Warwick. So this is everything sort of saying if there is a horse to win it, everything suggests in the market and on the stats that Kimber Like Candy is going to be your first winner of the day, hopefully. And then we move on to the 150, which is, bear with me. So the 150 at Sandown Park, and that's the Chapel Stud Henry VIII Novices Chase, and that's a Grade 1. Now, it's a small field. Many cases can be made, obviously, but Eldorado Allen for me is the horse that sort of is ticking the boxes as the one to watch. However, I'm going to go for Skelton's All Mankind in this. I'm a big believer in a Skelton horse, and I think it'll go off favourite on the day. But Skelton's horses are flying, and last time out it ran well, and I really do fancy All Mankind in that. Best of the rest is Eldorado Allen. And then we look at the classic Tingle Creek now. I know you're going to say, Harv, what you on about, but Altior the horse to beat in the race, and for me at 4-5 is a fairly generous price at William Hill's. It makes 16 wins from 17 starts over fences. He's 5-5 over course and distance, and should be raring to go. After a great outing at Newbury, and the best of the rest, Nichols has got a couple of runners, but for me, I think Altior turns up and wins this at a relatively ease. And then we move on to the Many Clouds Chase, William Hill Many Clouds Chase. And again, simplistic, I know, but Santini for me is one of the best horses out there at the minute. It goes toe-to-toe, went toe-to-toe with Native River in the Gold Cup last year. And it's a brilliant. I think it's one of the best races of the day, really. And for me, Frodon's going to give it a go, but it's got to defy a massive mark of 164. And for me, Santini is the horse in the 240 at Aintree. So we move on to the 315, and for me, I like two horses. I mean, it's a big race. It's the Sefton Handicap Chase at Aintree. There's always a good field there. And there's two horses I particularly like at the price. The first one is Dorido Villas. It's coming down in the market. I looked on Wednesday and it's 20-1. It's now best price 11-1, which always tells you there's something going on there with him. And Springtown Lake, he's in good form as well. He's fancied to go well. He ran well at Wetherby, which I sort of pay a bit of attention to at this time of year, given the ground at Wetherby usually gives you an indicator on how well the horses are running, and he's a great price as well. So, Springtown Lake at 10-1 and Dorado Villas at 12-1. So there's your picks, and what I would do is I would pick 4 horses out of that for a Yankee. Any 4 that I mentioned that you fancy, and then my nap of the day is actually a double, and it's Altior and Santini double. I think for the price, 3-1, £10 returns £41, and I think that's a fair bet. Obviously, go heavier if you fancy, but I wouldn't put more than a tenner on it, just given the time of year and obviously the variables in racing. You've got to keep it fun, and a £10 stake is a fairly big wager on 2 horses, but you're going to get some good value out of that. So let me just run through the list again. So we've got the 130, we've got the Kimberlite Candy, we've got the 150 All Mankind, the 225 the Tingle Creek is Altior at 5-6, and then the 240 Many Clouds Chase Santini. And what I would do is double Altior and Santini, as I already said. And then we move on to the 315 Springtown Lake 10-1 each way bet, and Dorado Villas 12-1 each way bet. And then just pick 4 out of them that I've chosen. Kimberlite Candy, I really do fancy that, and I think that's a great price, and it's going to start your day off well. And then obviously with the footy bets as well, just have a go. I do really think that goal scorer bet's excellent value, and the both teams to score at 7.5-1. That's a really good bet builder for your balance. You get a tenner on that, and you've got a handsome return, and hopefully pays for your day. So yeah, thanks for the